What's up everybody, welcome to Beyond VSO, and today we're going to be taking a look at a product that you did not know that you needed to have, which is the Thermacell insect repellent device. I have some experience with the Thermacell brand. I used the generation 1 of this product on a bear hunt in probably like 2011-ish time frame, and the product line was relatively thin at the time. It was in its infancy, and I'm happy to report that I see lots of different products that address various aspects of outdoorsy life with the Thermacell brand on them. Now, this is the upgraded version of the personal device, and what that means is that it has a belt clip there on the back that is designed to literally attach to your person. And what this does is, instead of using bug spray, this creates a field around the user that insects have to fly through before they get to you. The lifeblood is gone. Imperative. So instead of waiting for them to land on you and then decide that you taste bad, it gets them before they get to you. And I can say that previously I hunted in a swamp with the Gen 1 product, and I did not get a single bite on me. Now, I do use them in tandem. I put one in front of me and one behind me, and it does a pretty good job, but we're gonna be testing this one on my hunt here in just a few weeks to New Brunswick, Canada for bear. Now, the way this thing works is pretty simple. It includes a 2032 battery that slips right there in the back. Remove 2 screws and you can get at it to replace it. Probably shouldn't have to replace it very often. To load the thing, we go ahead and get into the bottom of it here. And we have a butane cartridge that looks like this. And look, we even have bugs here that we can sample this thing on. Remove the cartridge on the top, or the cover on the top of the cartridge, and go ahead and put it in there, and it threads into the thing. We'll go ahead and replace the bottom, and it says remove before first use. So we'll go ahead and pull that little guy out, and then we're gonna get inside these things here. This comes with 1 butane cartridge and 3 of these little mats, and it's pretty easy to recover new mats from internet sources. Particularly Sportsman's Guide is the one that I use. That's where I got this particular device from. But what you end up with is this little card that is impregnated with D-cis-trans elethrin, which is a commonly used insect repellent. And you simply slide the card inside of the device, turn the switch to on, and then go ahead and hit the igniter button. And just like a grill torch or anything like that, you're probably gonna have to push it a few times, and you push it until you can audibly hear pumping, and then on top of it there is an indicator light inside where you can literally see burning. You know that it is then working at that point in time. So what we're going to do is actually sit here and let this thing work and see how long approximately it takes it to get up to speed. All right, you guys may not be able to detect this, but right at 5.5 minutes-ish, we've got our first fumes. I'm gonna try to knock the wind down here. First fumes, you guys might be able to see that, you might not be able to. Now, it's obviously not fully at temperature yet. Like, I can put my hand over all this stuff right here and not get burned. But it is giving some effect at 5 minutes. Now we'll see what happens. There's supposed to be an indicator that pops up to tell me that the thing is in full force at a certain point. So we are right at 15 minutes-ish, and I can start to smell it like pretty strongly now. I believe that it's in full. I haven't seen this indicator light that we're supposed to see at 15 minutes. At least from my previous experience, I would say that it is fully working at this point in time. There's supposed to be some indicator light that comes on that tells you that the thing is burning the pad. Not sure if that's shown up, but right at 21.5 minutes, the zone protection indicator came on. But what does all that actually mean? Well, the video that you're looking at right now is a video that I took while I was in New Brunswick hunting. And as you can see, the blind that I'm in is absolutely infested with both black flies and mosquitoes. From my limited taxonomy experience, I believe them to be a mix of aedes and anopheles mosquitoes. I was definitely able to pick out members of both genuses with my extensive experience sitting in them all week. We could probably drill that down further by checking the range of the individual species, but I don't have solid close-ups to really dig into it. I was there hunting vertebrates. So what I'm going to do is a time lapse of this video to see if we can observe a drop in insect density as the Thermacell begins to act. As a note, I specifically only powered up one of my devices for this test, starting the second only after I deemed the test concluded. Pro tip for you guys real quick, a bug net like the integrated hat that I have on right now does you no good if it presses against your skin. If you expect to go on such a trip, I suggest growing facial hair if possible to keep the net away from you while this Thermacell is charging up. A shemagh around the neck may also be a really good idea. Some quick data, everyone at the camp used these devices, with the alternative protocol being to duct tape all the clothing junctions and putting in a set of earplugs to drown out the deafening sounds of thousands of insects that are going to try to get a taste throughout the night. After about 5 minutes, you can definitely tell that the bugs are still swarming. I would say that there's really no change. But what's really interesting is over the course of the next minute, I want you guys to watch carefully and observe the insect behavior. I actually couldn't see this because I was clearly looking the opposite direction. While there are several in the vicinity, the cloud, if you will, is beginning to thin and move off of my immediate space. Bumping forward to about the 10-minute mark, we can see that we have eliminated most of the mosquitoes from the area, and we're down to mostly black flies with the exception of a kamikaze or two. Every once in a while, a mosquito will fly through the cloud, land, and then take right back off. Yes, indeed, you can drink through a bug net. After about 15 minutes, I decided to get situated, check my shooting lane, and confirm optical brightness against my backdrop. After confirming the settings on my rifle and checking the camera settings for the hunt, which took about 3 minutes, I was able to do this. I don't think that you can get a bigger endorsement than this contrast. I'm sitting there with no head net on, and here is a clip of a small bear that wandered into the bait about 25 minutes later that is getting absolutely thrashed. FYI, I was going through about 3 pads per 6-hour sit, and I did not use a full butane cartridge in that time. For more information on the Thermacell and the net hat I used, I'll have links to the Sportsman's Guide product pages linked in the description below. If you use my code, which gives you guys a discount, I also get a small kickback from Sportsman's Guide. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial, and hopefully we'll see you on a future video here at Beyond VSO.